Hey MVPs, Rico Notes here. Going to talk to you guys about the next fight on the prelim. It is Shamil Gaziev against Thomas Petersen. It's a heavyweight fight. I'll talk about Shamil Gaziev first. This is a guy that got fraud checked not too long ago. Vegas makes him a huge favorite all the time. Remember, he was undefeated, and then he fought Rosenstrike back in March last year. I picked Rosenstrike to beat his ass, and it happened. Now, it was a 5-round fight, and Gaziev was dying. Now, they'll tell you he was dying because the apex is at elevation and he couldn't fight. I don't know how much elevation Vegas is. Somebody let me know. But Gaziev couldn't breathe, bro. He sounded like, what did he sound like? He sounded like Forrest Gump when he was making fun of that guy for breathing really hard after banging his mom. Right? Like that. That's what he sounded like, bro. Gaziev breathes scary. And if he doesn't get it done, you don't know what's going to happen. His cardio is suspect as hell. Now, he beat Dontel Mays in 15 minutes, so he bounced back to show us his cardio was real. He, addressed the issue. I think he's a good fighter. I think he's a better fighter than Thomas Petersen in every single way. Thomas Petersen on the regional scene knocked everybody out. Obviously, he lost to Waldo Cortez Acosta. That's an LFA fight, but we all know Waldo Cortez Acosta would probably beat Gaziev. Probably. He's a real deal. He's a fraud checker as well. Remember what he did to Robles. So this is a guy who went out there, but this is a guy who lost to Jamal Pokes. Jamal Pokes is on the prelims, bro. He's the first fight of the night, and you lost to that bum. This is a sacrificial lamb right here. We're fighting in Saudi Arabia or some shit. We're fighting over there in the Middle East. It's for this dude from Bahrain to get it done. That's why he's on this. And you're talking about Shamil Gaziev, his second UFC fight, right? Second UFC fight ever. He's in the main event against the guy who's on the main card. He's on the third to the last fight of the night on this card. So they gave you a main event, main card, second fight. Too much to chew. But now they're giving you a straight early prelim guy? Gaziev's going to beat his ass, bro. Gaziev walks around at 280. Cuts down to 265. Thomas Petersen, he's not even 265. He's little. Little, bro. Dude's got little arms, little everything. I don't know what he does. They call him the train. He reminds me of heavyweight fighters from the early 2000s. Yep. That's what he reminds me of. And then we're dealing with a dude who looks like one of them dudes who, he looks like a Dagestani wrestler. But he's not. He can strike. I think he's just good all the way around. And I think if there's a takedown, Petersen's never getting up. Just how I feel. Now, I don't know how this is going to end, where they're going to go with this, because Petersen's never really been finished like that. Right? Been knocked out once, and that knockout was at the very end of the third round. So he's got a good chin. He's very durable, and that's scary. If you're trying to fight him, this guy's got a lot of fight in him. He's not going to quit. So if he does manage to get one takedown, you might want to start live betting. Because we know Gaziev is going to die. Unless he's on top. It's a scary day. You got to be, hey, bro, if you're betting on this fight, you got to start puckering, bro. You got a problem, bro. Call that number. Call that number if you're betting on this fight. It's a heavyweight fight. The odds are minus 355 plus 270. Thomas Petersen ain't it. And it's Petersen, not son. You see that ass. Petersen, he's not the guy you want to put your money. If you bet on this fight, you don't respect your coin. You don't. You might as well go find one of them dudes with them signs. The guy that says, I need money for beer, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, go, oh, that's so cool, man. Here you go. You might as well give some shit away, bro. No need to bet on this fight. I think Gaziev's going to win the fight. Should it be a lock? He feels like a better fighter everywhere. If you want to lock a fighter who's got no cardio, go for it. I'm not going to recommend it. I'm not going to advise it. It's not on the card. But I understand. We're going to watch this fight together, and you guys are going to go, man, Rico, we should have made this a lock. He's so much better than Thomas Petersen. And I'm going to tell you, for the rest of your life, Shamil Gaziev will never be a lock. Never. I know this dude will drown. Never be a lock, bro. Like if you gave a guy $20 and you sent him to the store to buy you some Gatorade and he took off and he didn't come back for 3 weeks, would you ever send him to the store with $20 again? Did you ever trust him to make that decision again? He's never going to come back, bro. You can't trust him. That's how I feel about Shamil Gaziev. That dude got no cardio. Now, is he a better fighter than Petersen every day of the week? Twice on Saturday. Promise. He's a better fighter. How do I pick the winner? What method? I don't know. Don't know. Petersen's been knocked out once, and it was a great fighter who knocked him out in the third round, so he's got a chin for days. I don't see that happening. I'd say Gaziev wins this, and if he does win it, it's going to be by points. That sounds about right. Gaziev by points, method of victory. Gaziev by points, plus 260, bro. That sounds like a bet to make. MVP's out there still watching this video. But I wouldn't bet it too hard. I wouldn't parlay it. I wouldn't even parlay his money line with other money lines. There's just no need. I don't feel the need to. He should win. He should win by points. He should. But if you ever want to bet on it, you just go down here. You go to support. You go to responsible gambling. You can right click on that one. And just go right there to the phone number, bro. To the 1-800-CALL-GAMBLER number. Just start calling that number. Because you got a fucking problem, dude. You don't have to bet on every fight. Shamil Gaziev, winning the fight. Sure. I believe it wholeheartedly. All in. Okay? I'm all in on Gaziev winning this fight. You might see it in a 2-leg parlay when I'm done with this, when I fill in the parlay. I'm filling in the parlays at the end. Okay? I still don't know how I feel about it. Just letting you know. Watch the final video. But you might see it. But I feel like Gaziev by points is probably a good bet. If that kid Petersen can just hang in there. Because he's a monster, dude. He's just a mean dude. He's just a monster. So careful. You can get knocked the hell out. It's heavyweights. Somebody can get knocked down. But I think I'm going to take Gaziev. Not a lock. Not parlayable. The odds are way past betting. And I don't believe you should put any money on the underdog. I just don't. He could win it. He could. But there's no need to try to get it right. Your friends don't know. But Rico knows.